Hello, everybody, and good morning. I can't wait to talk to you guys today. I had an idea and I can't wait to share it. I love echo quilting, so that's what we're going to talk about today. And we're going to be able to talk about how we can do it with different machines from the level of 4x4 all the way up. And we're about to get started. Hi, everybody. I'm Kathryn from the Sewing Studio at Lady Lake in the Sewing Studio Fabric Superstore. Good morning. I can't wait to talk to you guys today because I had a thought. I know it occasionally occurs in this little brain of mine, but the Solaris from Baby Lock and the Luminaire from Brother both have this wonderful feature that is an instant echo quilting function in embroidery. But what about the rest of us, even the little guys? How can I achieve echo quilting in my embroidery, which of course is easier for me because physically echo quilting is a little bit tricky. My body goes one way, my brain goes another, and the fabric is yet another way. So in embroidery, how can we achieve it? Well, let's start with a 4x4, okay? So here's my sample right here. This is echo quilting done on the 4x4 with some of the built-in features. All right, so how do I do that? Well, first of all, I have my design brought in and I've added a shape to it. What do you mean added a shape? So on the 4x4, you would go to your add button, and once you've added, you're going to go to your frame shapes. Once you've found your frame shapes, pick the shape that fits around your design best. I like the little hexies. And then pick your outline style. So once you have that on there, you're going to set it onto your page. You'll go to your sizing tools and you'll size that frame out from your design. If you like that and you're happy with that, then you do the same thing again. You add from your frame shapes the same shape, the same outline. I like the single outlines for echo quilting. They're just cleaner. And then go ahead and set that onto your design page. It's right tight around your raccoon, so you need to edit and then size and make it bigger. So that's what you do for your 4x4. It's just simple echo quilting, and you end up with a really cool effect at the end of the day. By the way, this design is from Urban Threads. It's called the Java Loving Raccoon because he's sitting there drinking his little cup of coffee like I need every morning. Okay, so how can I do this with other machines like the Elissimo or the Quattro or the Stellaire from Brother or the Altair or the Meridian or any of these other models that I have? Actually, let me go to my memory here. Well, you're going to start by getting your design. Once you have your design on the page, the way that I figured out how to do it is to take a tool that exists in my machine, this Applique function tool, and I'm going to use it differently than it was intended. Yes, sometimes it's okay to do that. So by simply selecting this function, it puts an applique outline around the raccoon. But that does not mean that when I go to actually embroider it out, I have to stitch satin stitches. So all I have to do is add by just touching it as many times as I want to touch it to get as many echo droplets as I want on my screen. So once I'm happy with all of my size there, I'm going to go ahead and head to embroidery. So when you're stitching, of course, the first thing that's going to stitch is your design. And that might be just one color or several colors. It just depends on whatever design you've chosen. Then, after your design stitches, by choosing the applique function, the machine is telling you it's going to do three things. It's going to stitch the outline of where you're supposed to put your material. Then it would stitch that material into position, and then it does its finishing stitches, the satin stitch, which is the applique. But all I want to stitch is the applique material task, as it were. So I'm going to come to this needle plus minus key, which is where you can advance through your design. So let's say this guy has already stitched. So I'm going to advance down one. So that shows me up here in my window that I just finished the first color, quote unquote, the design, and now it's ready for the second color. And your little preview window shows you just a single outline. That says there, applique material, which means it's just going to do this single outline around my design. The second one, once this stitches, the second one, I skip the applique position. So if I'm ready to go to stitch this out, quote unquote, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, that's when you're going to come to your advancing key and you just advance past your position and past your satin stitches, the applique. So here we go again. You stitch the applique material and don't stitch the position and don't stitch the applique. You stitch the applique material, you don't stitch the position, you don't stitch the applique. So you end up with a piece that looks like this. And it softens the bigger you go. Super, super cool how it just forms right to your design. So that's an easy way for the rest of us to do that applique that's formed right to the design by cheating and peeling away the layers of our applique function tool so that we can use it to do other things. Now, just as an example here, this is the one that I stitched on the Brother Luminaire. This one, when you do the echo quilting, just so that you can see, there's a start and stop point, and it changes depending on where the echo starts. So just be careful with those knots. You might want to make sure and pull those threads down a little bit. And when you do the applique function on the other brands, it is starting and stopping in the same relative position on the clock, as it were, as it goes up and does the different outlines. So that's it. That's how you can do echo quilting with the functions of your machine, even if you twist them and use them differently. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and share, and have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.